Previously on Survivor Dunn Meadow. With just 7 players left, the end of the game was in sight, and after losing their closest ally Morgan, Addie and Jack were at the bottom of the tribe.
Release me and Addie, I'm just willing to vote anyone that's not me.
At the Survivor auction, Addie, Taylor, and Matt bid on food, while Jack, Seth, Mia, and Mason held out and were able to buy their way into the immunity challenge. For Seth, the decision paid off. And it touches his hand, meaning Seth wins immunity. Seth brought Addie in on the plan to vote out her closest ally, Jack.
I want to demonstrate trust to you, and I want to give you an opportunity to demonstrate trust to me and to the group at large.
Okay.
At Tribal Council, Addie was left with no choice but to join the group in voting Jack out,
I really don't want to, but
leaving herself as an army of 1.
Final 6, right? Let's make it 5.
Instead of going back to camp, the players were thrown right into the next immunity challenge, in which Seth reigned victorious once again.
You have a 1 in 5 shot of winning this game. As for everyone else, let's give you 2-3 minutes. You can stand around, strategize.
With the alliance of 5 dead set on voting her out, Addie made her case,
one of these 3 is going to be both of you. If you guys want to make a move, make a vote, I'll vote with you.
which led to Taylor flipping,
Mason. Let's do Mason right now.
shattering the alliance of 5 and sending home the head of the snake.
Mason, tribe spoken.
Now, only 5 remain. Addie, despite playing the game from the bottom and losing her closest allies one by one, she's found a way out every time her back's been against the wall.
Addie does not count.
Mia, after starting out on the weakest tribe, she found her footing and used her tight bonds with Taylor and Seth to wield quiet influence over the game.
Now there's someone running the tribe. Who?
It's me.
Taylor, following a rough first tribal council, she became a key member of the dominant Mago alliance. With her all-in move at the last tribal council, she's begun to take the game into her own hands.
I'm so sorry, but I have to think of my own game for a bit.
Matt. He came in as the oldest member of his tribe, but has managed to survive by making himself the swing vote, playing both sides and taking advantage of chaos.
Which plan? The second one. Really? Yeah. I'm trusting.
Roger.
And Seth. He and Matt have been a secret duo for the entire game, but his close bonds with the rest of the players and back-to-back clutch immunity wins have made him the top threat to win it all.
I could be thinking this mindset of like, okay, who can I beat? Who are the goats? But like, I don't even like that train of thought because nobody here is a goat.
Each of these 5 have had different roads to the end of the game, but only one can come out victorious. Tonight, they face their toughest leg of their 14-hour journey. 3 immunity challenges, 3 tribal councils, and 1 final vote to decide who will be crowned Survivor at IU's first ever sole survivor.
Are you guys dating recording? No.
We didn't know there was going to be a vote. We had
No.
but you demonstrated your trust to us.
Yeah. That tribal council was crazy. I cannot believe that I lived that.
like at all. I think everybody made the right play, getting out Mason.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
You didn't yell at us. No.
Hey, you all because I was like,
No,
you guys were like, if you vote with us, we'll trust you. And I was like, okay. And you guys were like, oh, we know, we're ready to vote.
No.
I was like,
Hey, you vouched for yourself and no one can fault you for that.
No, I
don't even honestly remember what I said. I was just so, I don't know, like so angry. It just kind of like came over me.
One of these three is going to be both of you. One of those three, they're controlling the game. They're going to be both of you.
Who?
And winning Mia, Mason. They have so much better chances of winning than either of you. They've been controlling the entire game. If you guys want to make a play, I'm right here.
I'm glad somebody made the play to actually get somebody out instead of just staying with this group that's been together since the tribe swap. I think it's so stupid they were all staying together. So I'm glad that somebody had the balls to make a move with me. I hope I can stay around a little bit longer just for the fact that I can be used as a vote and maybe I'm not as threatening as other people, so I can stay around as long as I possibly can.
So it's Final 5 now. And I don't think I ever planned on bringing Mason to the end to begin with. I really wanted to get him out. Not great man, but it's Survivor. I knew I needed to get him out for my game because we kind of were playing similar games in the way, like we had all the same votes, like nothing would make me stand apart from him to try and like make my statement at the end to get a vote. So I was like, I couldn't stand there and let there be such an easy vote, knowing that I could have done something to better my game. So I was like, now's the time to do something, and Addie's a lovely person, and I kind of walked over there and I was like, okay, I'm like, let's do this. But yeah, I'm like really happy though, because I don't know, that was just exciting, and I didn't get voted out.
So everyone was kind of on board, I think, to vote Addie, and then the last second it got switched to a unanimous vote against Mason. I didn't want to lose Mason because he's a good ally of mine, but I had to go with what the group wanted. So I got to do a little more digging on who ended up flipping it. And I felt close with Seth this whole time, and he's feeling really close with Addie, and I think that I need to talk to Seth, and maybe it was him. So you said you were feeling good about Addie. I could pull in.
I think that was why, and I appreciate you just sort of rolling with that.
Yeah.
I like.
I mean, I had led a couple other votes, so too.
I know.
So
I think we're kind of like
each other out. Yeah.
And I like that. I'm feeling really good. I think that went exactly like I wanted it to. Saving Addie was huge. I feel like I had a lot of role in that. Everybody else built trust with Addie this vote. I built trust with Addie 2 votes ago. So in terms of this like social relationship, I have a strong relationship with Addie now, I think, than anybody in this game. I'm gonna trust you because you're my number one. Yeah. And I would appreciate. I just want to say, I know that you're saying like yes, but like I want to make explicit like I appreciate you like reciprocating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is it still me and you? You're still my number one. You have in the whole game.
Same.
If it's a final 2, like I'm taking you.
Well, I know, and and I want to be just like totally straightforward. Like I think we're both really big threats in this game, and I think we go one of 2 ways. We can either try to like blindside one another, or we can just say we're both fucking just killing it, and let's make it to the final tribal and just duke it out.
That's what I want. I want like surviving Bloomington representation in the end, and like we, talk about our own different games. And that's
have you
that I know you?
That we didn't play SP.
Oh no.
Because we're in endgame. We're officially in endgame, starting that last vote. I think I had a moment where I was like, is now the time to get out Matt? But Matt and I had a really good talk after that. And we were like, we're both each other's number one. We're both giant threats in this game. I said to him, I was like, we could take this 2 ways. We could either like try to blindside one another, like next vote, or we could just get to the final 2, final 3, and like duke it out in final tribal, because we're both just really just doing great in this game, and like made the best player win. And I think that's where we're going. That's what he told me, and I sort of believe him. I'm gonna put stock in that. And so the plan, as far as I know it, is for Matt, myself, and Addie to make it to the final 3.
I'll use my hands.
Can we cut it with forks and then eat it with hands?
I know the moves I need to make if I want to win. Getting Addie out is not one of those, which I know is what people are looking at.
I feel like it's like the most sanitary way. But
I was gonna say you could grab a paintbrush if you haven't like
well, they're either trying to go together and try to get one of us to flip because they maybe can see what's forming. But I feel like one of us flipping would be silly because I feel like we both wing.
it needs. I'm saying girls.
Maybe not Matt, but definitely Seth.
Mia's my ride or die. Mia. I think we're trying to get Seth out. Seth cannot continue, like, or else we're all screwed because he's going to win the game.
Are they up there talking?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a cup.
That's so valid. That's actually so smart.
I'm gonna go.
If you want to go talk to them, or if you guys both want to go talk to them.
Yeah, I'll bring a piece of cake.
If you just want to go alone, do whatever you care. I will not
be
go.
least.
We can play it off like you're still in the outs, and then go from there. Do you want to? Is that fine? Are you okay with that?
I am too.
No, it's not.
It's up to you. One of your versions could do it. Like try it now.
We both go. Let's both go. Because it was like we were with them.
I know. So I'm glad that like that group is finally going after each other because like some of them have no chance of winning if people like Seth and Matt stay around.
What's up, friends? Hey.
Thinking Addie next.
And she's got 4 right here. So.
Move into that. I mean, I felt like
Pulled up from the bottom, I think she has a kiss now.
The top, she's
got
cookies now. Yeah, it's a whole story.
yeah, it's
Sorry.
kind of funny that I feel like I kind of sold her to the coffee, but I feel like that definitely could be paid.
That has been paid. I think it's time we get her out.
Welcome back, Final 5. How about we make it Final 4? First things first, I'm gonna need that immunity back. There you go. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. Today, we're going to be balancing plates. To start, you're gonna hold out a big plate. At regular intervals, I'm going to tell you to add a different piece of dinnerware to your set. Your goal is to have your stack standing the longest. Last person standing wins immunity. You can pick your own spots. We'll get this done. You wanna get your big plate ready? This challenge is on. Everyone looking steady.
Oh my god.
You're gonna start by adding a bowl. Got 15 seconds to make this transition, shouldn't be that hard. Next, we're gonna do a cup. Everyone very steady. Should be the nice portion of the challenge. I'm going to add a small plate. Couple different strategies coming out here. Taylor doing it upside down, Addie doing it side by side. Make sure that plate isn't touching you. We're gonna add a big plate. You can move everything around, you just got 15 seconds. Now it's 10. Gotta be in the same order, like,
Oh, it's gotta be in the same order.
yeah. Taylor, you got 5 seconds.
I didn't know.
Everyone makes the transition. I'm gonna add another big plate.
But it can't
Cannot
be.
mess up. You gotta do the opposite of what you did last time. We'll find out a solution. Everyone looking steady through this portion. Seth's gotta figure something out. 5, 4, he's got it. Hold. We're gonna add a cup. Shouldn't be too hard. We got plates last time. Add another bowl. navigate this. Addie drops her stack. She's out of this challenge. Very interesting, all the strategies we got. Going to add another bowl. Cannot Nestle. Taylor dropped her stack. Down to 3. 5, 4, all making. I'm gonna add a small plate. Be very careful with it. 2 seconds. Down to Mia versus Matt. Mia's first immunity. Matt wants it back so bad. Both make the transition. We're gonna add a cup. Both of them make it. Hope it's steady. Gonna add that last small plate. Cool. Matt starts shaking. He recovers. Very wobbly towers. All you gotta do is make sure that stays and you'll be safe. Final 4. We're going to add another small plate. Give you 20 seconds for this transition.
Crap.
And Mia drops, meaning Matt wins immunity. Oh! Nice vote. Good job.
That was hard. You guys probably did.
It's closer to you. I feel like both.
I know. I feel like
30 minutes.
Well, yeah, we both could have dropped because this thing.
All right, Matt. Come here. This is all yours.
Feels good.
More, congratulations.
All right, Matt. You are safe until the final 4, meaning that for the rest of you, one of you will become the 15th person voted out, Survivor Dunn Meadow. I will also say, at Tribal Council, there will be another challenge. Strategize accordingly. Good night.
It's time for America's Vote. Click the link in the description to vote for your favorite player from Survivor Dunn Meadow. Voting will be open from now until 1 week after the season finale.
I'm gonna be so for real. I keep like mentally blanking on people's names. Like I was like, I know I need to write Mason, and I went up there and I was like, what the fuck is his name? And I'm like sitting there like, holy shit. And it was so embarrassing because they're like all looking at me, and I'm like, this is really important to like if I stay in the game. And I'm like, I was like, oh yeah.
Well, did you hear about my blunder?
Greg.
We didn't doubt right, Greg. This feels great. Balance is my thing. I've won 2 kind of like holding things and balancing challenges in 2 other Survivor games, so that's like my stuff. So I was feeling really confident going into that one, and Final 5 is a great time to have immunity because I was starting to feel a little nervous with this group, so it's been a little unsteady this last round or so.
I'm about to make a huge move. I'm about to make a huge suggestion, and I hope he knows, but Seth, because he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say Taylor after. I know for my game, I need to get out Seth, and I need to get out Taylor, because Taylor's my #1 ally, and I can't have it come down to be that close. I think I could probably make a case maybe instead of Matt. I don't know, but I think I have a different story than Matt, but Taylor and I have a really similar story. I think that Taylor has been called shots. Like, she didn't want to call him Mason though, because she came up to me first and she was like, Matt tried to get hold of Mason. She was like, give me a name and fucking write it down. That's what I'm saying. And I think that Mason vote was huge, and that's why you're playing.
So Seth first vote. Seth needs to go. Like, I think everyone's on agreement that Seth needs to go. And then from there, really, I think things are gonna happen, and I don't know. If there's another challenge, it doesn't win, we need to get back.
Okay, I'm trying to. I don't want to make an enemy on the jury, but I also don't want to make the people that are like saying they'll go with me mad at me. So I'm not sure how to play it.
What do you think?
I know,
Talk to me.
I know we're doing the second thing, but
I'm with you. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'm trying to think.
Obviously, I would have liked to have won. That would have been an ideal case scenario. I feel pretty vulnerable.
So it's really hard, but all your people are still doing it. You're a threat. Like, you know, like
yeah,
you
there's no
community twice, everyone's like, oh shit.
Yeah. So Addie was very upfront with me and said, my name has come out, and I believe it because I am a threat. And this is a window. We're about to go down to final 3. It is possible it's a final 3 tribal council. So like, if they want to strike at me, now's the time. Can I pitch something to you? Okay. Here's where I'm at, and I want to bounce this off of you.
Okay.
I am just gonna like be full like transparency here. Like, right, I've won 2 immunities. I feel like I'm like a pretty credible threat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you are a very credible threat. You have been through so much, and you've come out the other side. We're out here to play because we love Survivor, and we love the strategy, we love the social aspect, we love the competitive aspect, the physical aspect, and we're here because we're fans. And I think, just objectively, I have played one of the best games out here. I feel like I am in that tier. I think Matt is in that tier. And I honestly think Addie is in that tier because Addie has managed to overcome so much adversity. And so those are the 3 I want to sit with at the end. You are slaying this game. Like how, I mean, it's not about how you behave when you're on top that like makes a player. It's how you behave when you're on the bottom. And you're still here. And I think that is a credible threat.
I totally think that's what I was like. I don't.
This is kind of high risk. Well, so this is kind of high risk high reward. But what I'm going to pitch to you is, what if we just go in 3 incredible players and duke it out at Final Tribal? You're like charismatic. You can give a speech. I think that the 3 of us could just like go in and like showcase excellent gameplay and let the jury decide. I could be thinking this mindset of like, okay, who can I beat? Who are the GOATs? But like, I don't even like that train of thought because nobody here is a GOAT. Like, everybody here has fought a hard fight.
I would, honestly, like, I respect the hell out of that. Because I was like, I wanted to play this game, like, not necessarily like, I'm never ever lying, but like, I don't want to be like, we just made an alliance. Yeah. Fuck them.
Here's my thought. I think if we start to go down like this like logic tree of like, well, if this person wins the immunity challenge, then this, that's just like, there's too much there. I don't think we can wrap our heads around it. So I'm down to just like eliminate that variable and just like cross our fingers. And then if the person we're targeting wins the immunity, then we scramble all of us. I've put my cards and my chips. I put my chips in the middle. I'm all in. My plan's gonna work or it's not.
So you're still 7.
Yeah, he will win the contest.
He might win the next one.
Mia came up to me to pitch taking out Seth because they see him as the biggest threat.
What are y'all thinking?
Addie's the word on the street. I think.
Yeah. And then I guess, based on the process of elimination, Taylor.
Yeah,
3 of
that's
us,
what I was
Addie and Taylor.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Again, I've felt pretty good with Seth this whole game, so I don't think I want to take Seth out right now.
I'm putting a lot of trust in you.
Yeah,
I know that I'm very vulnerable right now, but like...
I'm not putting your name down.
Okay, cool. And I'm not putting your name down. I'm putting my cards of The cards on
Well, you're definitely not putting my name down, friend. You can
could,
try
would
it.
not count.
You can try it.
See, has he talked to me? Well, I talked to Seth. What he said. You told Seth Addie. Because it's just easier. Yeah. Okay. What did he say? He said, yeah. Yeah. No, after he just talked. Yeah. Wait, who did he say? He said, I just told you I can be so mean. Just come to me. He was like, we have so much trust. I really want to trust you. Like, he told me, he's like, you need to, like, he wants me, Matt, and himself in Final 3. And he was like, it's because we're all really strong players. And I'm like, I was like, that's like really, I don't know. But he said my name is insane. I feel like it's smart for everyone to put out Seth. And I don't know how buddy he is with Matt or how buddy he is with anyone else. And then I'll have egg on my face.
Yeah, me and Seth. You guys, or what was your plan?
I was down to do that, but then I heard that Seth was like agreeing to vote me to like other people. And I was like,
I think Seth is in on it. I think the three of us could go to the final 3.
we have a big chance of winning, and he wants to take it. Is what I'm like.
But we have a better chance to win, you mean?
Yeah, like with me.
I think Mia is like the most like social person here, and I think that she is gonna like charm that jury. Like it's crazy. And her and Taylor are not. They are not splitting.
I said your name. Bro, we cannot. This is why we're so good.
The three of us are just individuals, and we can like figure it out. And it's like those things. The last year that's left in the game.
Yeah, laugh. We're so. It's fine. We've been laughing the whole time.
Like scheming and being conniving, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Every single name was thrown out. I know my name was thrown out there. My plan going in is Seth, but I have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen. Because I know every single name was thrown out besides Matt.
This is right here. I think it's double tribal. He's gonna go one of two ways. My way or not my way.
I think Mia, honestly, is the person we should take out right now because I think she's the biggest comp threat of, other than Seth and I, of who's left.
It's a very hard choice, and I'm not saying not sure what I'm gonna do until I'm writing it.
You know the drill by now. Welcome back, everyone. Taylor, it has been a long day so far, and it's almost over. How do you sort of push yourself to get through this finishing stretch?
I'm having a blast, so I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty high energy because it's kind of been validating to like make it this far. So I'm just proud of myself for being here this far, and I think that's what is keeping me going throughout all of this. Because I didn't have high expectations for myself, so we exceeded them.
Mia, does the mental game have any effect on you right now?
I mean, kind of going off of what Taylor said, it's just, I had no idea that I would make it this far. And so, I mean, I'm kind of playing in my head a little bit, but it just comes down to everyone's individual game at this point. So you're playing the war in your head, but my head runs.
Seth, did you expect it all to get this far?
I didn't. No, I thought it might have been first boot. I, in fact, actually had other plans later tonight, but I'm very happy to be missing that because that means that I'm here.
Matt, winning immunity at the Final 5 is a big accomplishment. Do you think that going into the Final 4 vote, that might put a target on you?
You know, I think it could, but I think we're all different targets for different reasons. We all have different stories. We've all played this game differently. You know, this jury could look at any of us and decide to award us or not award us based on those decisions. So, honestly, I think we're all threats in different ways.
Addie, does what you think the jury thinks impact this vote at all?
I mean, I think at this point it kind of has to. Like, there's so little people left, you can't even like ignore it at this point. So it's like, you're not thinking about who's gonna win a challenge. You're thinking like, who do I want to sit next to if I can get there? Like, who can I trust? Just all of these questions, and it's super important.
All right. With that, it is time to vote. Addie, you're up.
I didn't forget the name this time. Just don't know who I'm gonna vote. I really didn't want to go first. Played a really good game and I can't beat you.
I meant what I said. I think you're a really lovely person. And you do seem like the type of person that I would get coffee and have a long conversation with. But a game's a game.
Patty pulls through for us on this one.
This is the vote where I go home or I make it to the finals. Let's see which one it is.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage, now it's the last time to play it. All right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to take a seat in the tribal council area meeting. I'll read the votes. First vote, Mia. Second vote, Seth. Third vote, Seth. That's 2 votes Seth, 1 vote Mia. Fourth vote, Mia. That's 2 votes Mia, 2 votes Seth, 1 vote left. Fifth vote, the 13th person voted out of Survivor, Dunn Meadow. Seth. Good
game. You played. You did great. Great game.
Seth, the tribe has spoken. Take a seat.
So close, yet so far. That's how it goes. I said it when I was voting and I meant it. Like that was gonna be the tribal where I go home or I make the finals. And I went home, but it's okay. I had a blast. I had so much fun. I met so many great people. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm so happy that I get to help decide who will be the winner of the first ever Survivor Dunn Meadow.
First things first, Matt, I'm gonna need that necklace back. Thank you. See. Once again, community is back up for grabs. For this challenge, I'll be reading off a set of trivia questions. Each trivia question, the answer, is a member of the jury. There'll be 2 questions for each juror. Get the answer right, you get a point. Person who has the most points after 10 rounds wins immunity. If there is a tie, we have tiebreaker questions. All right. First question. Which member of the jury is studying intelligent systems engineering? All right. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Taylor, Addie, and Matt said Morgan. Mia said Mason. Correct answer is Morgan. Taylor, Addie, and Matt get a point. Mia gets no points. Second question. When asked about what reality TV games they played, which juror said they played Swooper?
Played what?
When asked about what reality TV games they played, which juror said they played on Swooper? Three, 2, 1, reveal. Mia says Roger, Taylor says Mason, Addie says Jack, and Matt says Mason. Correct answer is Jack. So Addie's at 2 points, Matt and Taylor at 1 point, and then Mia no points. Which member of the jury said that their two favorite movies were Pitch Perfect and Orphan First Go? Three, two, one, reveal. Mia and Taylor said Seth, Addie said Mason, and Matt said Jack. Correct answer was Jack, so Matt is up to 2 points. It's 2 points for Addie and Matt, 1 point Taylor, no points Mia. Which member of the jury plays drums in a local pop punk band called Odd Duck? Three, two, one, reveal. Addie and Matt said Seth. Mia and Taylor said Mason. Correct answer was Seth. So Addie and Matt get a point. We're at 3 points. On Spotify. Which member of the jury has been to Area 51? Three, two, one, reveal. Mia, Taylor, and Addie all said Roger, while Matt said Mason. Correct answer was Mason. Matt scores a point. He's at 4, and he's in the lead. Which member of the jury owns a tomato frog as a pet? Three, two, one, reveal. Mia said Morgan, Taylor and Matt said Roger, and Addie said Seth. Correct answer was Roger. So Matt names Taylor a point. Current standings are Matt at 5 points, Addie at 3 points, Taylor at 2, and Mia yet to get on the board. Which member of the jury said that they are a master at risk global domination? Three, two, one, reveal. Taylor and Matt both said Mason, Addie said Morgan, and Mia said Roger. Correct answer is Morgan. Addie scores a point. There's 5 points, Matt, 4 points, Addie, 2 points, Taylor, and Mia yet to get on the board. Which member of the jury is a history major? Three, two, one, reveal. Everyone said Roger. Everyone got it right.
Wasn't on the board with the one everyone got right.
It is 6 points, Matt. 5 points, Addie. 3 points, Taylor. 1 point, Mia. When asked which crime they'd be most likely to commit, which member of the jury said that they would probably end up going to jail for causing a ruckus in a city council meeting about jail expansion?
Oh.
Three, two, one, reveal. Addie, Mia, and Matt all said Seth, while Taylor said Jack. Correct answer was Seth. Meaning that it's 7 points,
I
Matt.
don't think I was there for that conversation.
6 points, Addie. 2 points, Mia.
It's like the Tide history.
4 points, Taylor. This is the last question. When asked which crime they'd be most likely to commit, which member of the jury said operating a lemonade stand without a license?
Oh, this was on the.
All right. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Mia said Mason, Taylor said Morgan, and Addie and Matt both said Jack. The correct answer was Mason. But it does not matter because Matt, with 7 points, you win immunity. Come up here and get it. For the third time, you cannot be voted out tonight's tribal council. You are safe and you are guaranteed a spot in the final 3. As for the rest of you, we'll give you all a few moments to strategize, and then we'll get to it.
Are we going to 2 or are we going to 3? Like,
Well, you voted someone else, so you go to 3.
no, I mean like final 2 or final 3. Final 2. They tell them in the show.
I didn't say it was final 3 yet.
I think we'll have already done this. So,
Have we all talked already? I mean,
yeah, we all.
So everyone
we want to
thinks.
talk again. I would love to talk to everybody again. Yeah, let's talk to everyone one-on-one again. Because I don't want to like. Yeah, I guess everyone all.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. And I bet you they're gonna go for me.
Split with me with her, and then if they tie it, you go to dogs.
I don't know. What can I say? I'm not gonna promise something.
And what would Florida do? Like, how else would you go? They're gonna vote 100%. Yes, they're gonna vote for 100%.
Like 100%. I think we need to get all of it. We have to do it. We have to do it.
They've been together since our whole sock track. I watched them, the sock track. They were like this the whole game.
Would you find instead of voting, you're voting
Taylor?
She's really strong kids. I am so much more scared of Taylor than anything.
I don't think so.
Mia hasn't made any plays. Taylor's already played.
I don't think
Taylor
Taylor.
brought up Sid. She brought up Mason. She like.
I don't think that Taylor is going to be able to tell the story in front of the jury as well as Mia can. I think Mia is going to be a better speaker than her. I think Taylor might get just like wrapped around in circles.
I just stand here like it's always so awkward. Like no one talks about how awkward it is when someone else is in a conversation and you have to like talk to the person, but you're just standing here like chilling.
I think if we figure out we have a great chance of winning that and we take each other.
I'm very convinced right now. I need to think about it. I'm very.
Okay.
I guess we'll talk more.
Okay.
What?
Do you think she's in the channels?
I think so.
Dang it.
But we gotta stay together. Try talking to police. I'm gonna throw your name under both, but not.
I mean, I have to do the same thing.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna have to vouch for yourself, but
Oh, yeah.
at the end of the day, it's us two. Well, you guys don't know.
I mean, she was trying to get it onto you.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
I'm 100% pushing Mia though.
Mia, no, yeah.
Because she's the biggest. She was right there with you in that last
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah.
Like she can win it.
Exactly. No, yeah.
No, I'm not. I mean, I told Taylor that. I have to. That's the only thing that can save. Like if I win that, that's the only case I can make. So. Yeah. Okay. Oh God, bless America. But I did tell Taylor. But I'm voting Taylor. Yeah. Okay.
She's played a pretty good game so far too.
Yeah.
I think Mia's.
I think you guys are close to like.
No.
Again, like.
I'm willing to backstab her.
In the end. But
Yeah,
figure it out.
the green
thing. The two of us can be.
Yeah. The Patty, yeah. I agree 100%. I think the two of us can be Patty.
I'm 100% with that.
Okay. Green strong.
Yeah.
Like,
These are much quicker.
Give him 2 minutes.
I have to go read it.
That's what Matt was saying. And like made a good point. It was like they're gonna vote together and they're gonna vote you. And then Mia said that she told you me. Yeah.
Yeah, she told me you.
Which is like,
And I told her you, but I'm not.
which is like
I think you're like the biggest threat to Florida.
I just want you to go for Taylor for my own game because
You're voting for Taylor?
I'm voting for Taylor. And then Taylor and I said Addie, but I don't think I said Addie, but
I can't take her to the end, like realistically speaking. I can't.
I think that it'll be the jury decision no matter what. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not gonna give up, but
Yeah. No.
Big brother. Matt, winning immunity 2 times in a row. Does that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, it's especially there's no one left here, so there's nowhere to hide. So this is the only way to make sure we get into that final 3. So it feels great.
Addie, with the final 3 and maybe even a final 2 approaching, do you think that this vote is going to be deciding a winner of the game?
I think like we're all like fairly equal in like different things we've done and different skills and different like people we've persuaded. I think it would be like so like discounting everyone's abilities to be like, oh, if we get this person out, like so and so's winning. Like I don't think it's gonna be that easy for anyone on the jury or for anyone up here who's gonna plead their case.
Taylor, do you agree with that? Does everyone here have an equal chance of winning?
I agree with that. I think we've all played different games, and you have to take that into consideration when you're considering who is strong in the end. I feel like, but with the 4 of us, we've all had to overcome our own obstacles in order to get where we are today. So I think it's really anyone's game still.
Mia, with only 2 people to vote for, how do you decide?
well, I think we're all playing completely individual now. Everybody's looking who they want to take to the end, who they think they can be, and you just have to do what's best for yourself.
All right, with that, it's time to vote. Matt, you're up.
Maybe he'll find me and he has to stay loyal to the people that I've been with the whole game, but and then when it comes down to it, I'm a loyal person.
Well, do something.
I'll go tally the votes.
Would you guys like to take a deep breath?
I would love a deep breath.
3, 2, 1.
All right, I have the votes. At this time, no idols or advantages can be played. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out can be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Mia. Second vote. Addie. Third vote. Taylor. It's 1 vote Mia, 1 vote Addie, 1 vote Taylor, 1 vote left. 4th vote. 13th person voted out. Survivor, Dunn Woods. Mia. I'm bringing you a torch. Mia, the tribe has spoken. Head on out. About a dozen hours ago, there were 18 of you. Now, the 3 of you remain. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Good night.
I want to know who the heck voted for Addie. I feel like it was, Matt. So I knew my name was I thought I was going home, so couldn't do much about it. So, yeah, it was really, really fun.
So did you think that Mia was voting for Addie too? Is that why you voted for Addie? Another crazy tribal that round. A 2-1-1 vote at the final four is absolutely wild.
We were ride or dies, and
It seemed like no one was really on the same page.
okay, you guys don't even have to go to the bathroom if you don't. I have to keep.
I never.
Matt cannot win. Like
I know. If he wins a movie,
if he wins a movie,
wait, it's up to him. It's up to
no,
him.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
which is like fine. If one of us wins a movie, probably got a heavy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I kind of want it to be two girls in the final two.
And that, honestly, that would be like we'd be girl bosses for that. Okay, like we would be girl bosses.
We're doing something that requires anything.
You better not be running at this point in the day.
You guys should have cake. You know how they've got like the sunrise breakfast thing or whatever. We gotta have cake.
Oh yeah, or like final three.
Breakfast.
Did not want to vote Mia out, and I really worked on her right before tribal to convince her that was the best move, and I think it worked. So I think that's going to be a pretty big move I can put on my resume if I get to the end.
Alright, well, cheers. I'll do it on the side I didn't eat from.
But before I get there, I have to win this final three immunity challenge.
Cheers, y'all. Final three.
We got cake in a cup.
Welcome everyone to today's final community challenge. First things first, I'm gonna need that necklace back. For the final time, community back up for grabs. For this challenge, you are going to be balancing a ball on a pole. You can only use one hand. Your goal is to keep that ball on that pole for as long as you can. At regular intervals, we're going to be adding longer sections. So that pole will get higher, and that ball will be higher. Ball falls off your pole, you are out. Last player standing wins immunity. It's as simple as that. Pick whichever station you want and get yourself set up. Get your ball set in. To begin this challenge. Five, four, three, two, one, and this challenge is on. You got 2 hours to wrap. We can be here for 2 hours. This is the last immunity challenge. You win this, you're in that final two. You get to tell that jury why you deserve to win. You get to pick who comes with you. Everyone looking very steady at this stage. Eddie and Taylor, you choosing to use their T-piece. Matt's saving it for later. These poles should be very familiar to you. Use them in tons of challenges throughout. Like it's child's play. The people are still shaking.
I got shaky hands, man. It's cold.
It's 33 degrees right now in Dunn Meadow. You can see the toll it takes on people.
At least I don't see my breath. It works.
We're going to add our first section. During this, you can use both hands. The ball drops, you're out. Add one section to your pole, and make it so that you are holding it at the bottom with one hand. Live transition. Everyone's slowly making their way up. Make sure that ball does not drop. This could be your sole survivor mistake. We're making their way up. 15 seconds. Sure those connectors are tight. Matt makes the transition. Addie's still holding on. 5, 4, and Addie drops. Meaning it's Taylor versus Matt. Both of you made the transition. You can't use that second hand. Don't even get it close. Matt's pole looks like I got a little bit of a bend. Is that connector the right choice? Taylor and Matt staring at that ball. This is your game here. Gotta keep it alive. Be here all day. Really starting to wobble a little bit. Matt's looking to get another immunity win under his belt. It would be his 4th one this season. It would be Taylor's first. We're gonna add another section. Your last pull with the connector, you can use both hands now. You're gonna give you 30 seconds for this one. Taylor drops, meaning Matt wins final immunity.
I forgot this name. Oh, I just feel dumb.
That's so impressive.
Man, I forgot this table was there.
Matt, come on over and get this. For the 4th time this season, immunity is yours. You cannot be voted out tonight. You'll be the only person casting a vote tonight. You are guaranteed a spot in that final 2 to give your case to the jury. In addition, tonight we are going straight to final tribal council. Plan accordingly. I'll give you all some time back at camp. See you there.
I feel like you'll have a new appreciation watching Survivor now, being like, yeah, that is way harder than
It's like watching, like, what an idiot. Why didn't they just XYZ? And
Yeah.
it's like you're in it and you're like, well, fuck, this sucks. This is awful.
I have immunity to secure my spot in the end.
having to do the whole game in a day, like you don't have time to like even like breathe between it is crazy. Gone back and forth on both. I think they both have played very strong games in different ways. It's a big decision.
Obviously, like one of us, like Gigi.
Yeah,
like seriously,
good game.
Like, Gigi.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are both really good players.
So are you. Don't.
Even
Yeah.
if you're out, I'm like, hell yeah, good job.
I'm. We made it this far. I had no hard feelings. Whatever
No,
happened.
throw me under the bus. It's okay. It's a game. I'm not gonna be like, delete my number. Or like, don't get. I'm not delete my number, but you don't get my number.
Yeah. No. It was fun working with you. I'm really hoping he'll take me, but I don't know if he will take me.
Wanna make a pitch? I'll pitch.
I feel like he probably won't take me because, I mean, I did kind of like backstab him a couple times. Or like, I didn't kind of backstab. I don't know. It's really hard. I don't think he would bring me to the end. I don't know.
Wild, and don't worry about it. I know.
I tried my best to make my pitch. First of all, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was a hard challenge. That was like I was getting so shaky and wobbly.
Yeah.
No, but my pitch, right? Green strong.
Yeah.
I know. I've had this whole coming of circle, like full circle moment.
Yeah.
Would be really satisfying. Also, if you want me to be honest, I think Addie has probably played a better game than I have.
Thank.
Yeah. Because she's been this underdog the entire game, and she can use that as her to get a vote, you know?
Yeah.
And she played an idol and successfully used said idol.
Mm.
She vouched for herself at that one tribal council, shook up the game, and managed to make herself safe for another night and is safe enough to stay here.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good pitch.
Yeah.
Addie was the last remaining member of her swap tribe, and she just came all the way here. She played an idol on herself at one point. She flipped the vote, and when we were all going towards her, she rallied and we got that vote to flip. So she's done a lot.
Realistically, I know if it's me and you sitting up there, you have such a better chance of winning than me.
I don't think that necessarily. I don't think that, but I think all of us have played very different games, and I think it's just going to be up to the jury and what they see as valuable. You know what I mean? Taylor, on the other hand, too, is that she's done a lot of great stuff, and she's been in there with a lot of the votes with me. She's probably been involved in maybe a bit more of the right side of the strategy, I think, than Addie has at certain points. Taylor and I also started on the starting tribe, so is that an advantage that people are gonna compare our games a little bit closer, and maybe could I win out on that or maybe not? Or is it an advantage to have Addie, who's had a completely different game than me? We were on two separate paths a lot of the way, so just kind of weighing which way the jury will favor me more in either of those scenarios.
Okay. I think it's an easy win for him if he takes Taylor.
No, that should have been on over.
Is that a champagne
Yeah, champagne. I just got Sprite all over myself.
And just because he's won so many immunities, he has friends, I think he would win really well over her, but he was really down with the idea of him, me, and Seth going, which I feel like it was more oh, noble warriors, we've all played pretty good games, let's battle it out. So I really think it just depends in his head what he wants to do.
I don't know. I just you wanted to go you, me, and Seth because at least the way Seth pitched it to me was that we were all strong players, and I feel like you're a really strong player, and I feel like it would be fun to talk about what we both did and just things like that. But I also totally get doing what you got to do. So I would just pitch that, and I would obviously love to be there with you and love to duke it out in a way where good luck, because you played a great game, and I feel like I've done some pretty
We've all played really nice games.
So it's
fun stuff.
It's done fun stuff. That's really all that matters.
Made some big moves, made good bonds.
And I'm not gonna fault him either way, because to be very honest, I would probably take Taylor over him if I had won, just because I feel like he's such a good competitor.
Do you have any reasons that you think specifically I should not take Taylor's?
I would say don't take Taylor because at least from what I saw, she wasn't making moves until literally I asked her to.
Yeah.
To me, it was you guys were all going together, and then I'm somebody's got to make a move, and she's oh, maybe I should actually play the game. That's what it felt like to me, and that sounded really shitty and mean, but that's what I saw happen, and I'm I don't know, she didn't activate,
sure.
I guess you guys didn't really have to because you guys weren't going to tribal as much, but
yeah.
I don't know, that would just be my only thing.
I've been to the most tribals, by far. I was on the smallest team always. Like, I have never ever won individual, which I know Taylor hasn't either, but I've never won individual. I didn't even win a reward. Like, I feel like I had to crawl and like scrape my way through this game. So I just feel like I have a really good case to, like, if people aren't voting like super personally, I feel like I have a really good case to be like, I played this game really well. I played the game how it's supposed to be played.
No, it's hard.
Regardless, no hard feelings. I'm sure this is a horrendous choice. Like,
hard,
horrendously awful choice. But
You have a thing they playing if you have picked out, and yeah.
yeah.
Not very confident. If I do make it to the final two, which would be amazing, I would probably pitch the fact that I've kind of played this like downplayed game. Yeah, I haven't won immunity, but I have learned that I can actually like talk to people and I can do it well and persuade them and sway them and be convincing.
I feel like I've been trying to downplay it to other people. I feel like I've played a really, really good game. If I am not chosen, like, I mean, it's a final 3. I feel like it's pretty fucking good. Like, but I would love to be able to plead my case because I feel like I could plead a case to win over him.
I think they both could make really compelling cases. So really just got to decide, you know, who I can make a better case against.
Mixed reaction of emotions. Join me as we welcome the jurors. Roger, Morgan, Jack, Mason, Seth, and Mia voted out at last tribal council. Taylor, as the jurors walk in, does a feeling sort of come over you?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of come over me for like the past like 30 minutes, but yeah. Just very nervous. They're actually there and but they're chill. I like them all. Hi, guys.
Addie, does that feeling of nervousness come over you too?
I mean, every time I'm here, I'm so nervous. It doesn't even matter if I'm like feeling confident. There can always be a blind side. There can always be whatever.
Matt, do you feel nervous?
I kind of feel nervous about the decision, honestly, because, I mean, it's a huge decision. I gotta decide who I want to be sitting there making my case against at the end. And I think both of these two women have played really incredible games in different ways and in different ways from my game. So it's really deciding, you know, what is the jury going to put weight and value on. Yeah, that's a huge decision.
Taylor, if this is where your game ends, how do you want this to be remembered?
I gotta think. I don't know. How do I want to be remembered? Me personally, I just hope I'm remembered as just a good person. I don't want anyone to hate me or anything, you know? I just really hope that everyone had a good time and I had a good time. And I think I would just like to be remembered as, I don't know, this person that, yeah, maybe we like fought against each other for a bit, but I hope we're still friends. I hope that's all I really care about, is the friends.
Addie, same question. How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, I feel like pretty much the same thing. I know I've done backstabby things, but I would like people generally to just be like, oh, maybe she's just a nice presence to talk to or be around. Like, I'm not really here to like burn bridges.
Matt, what factors into your vote tonight?
Just kind of thinking about both of these people's games, you know, thinking about how in some ways it's similar to mine, some ways that it was different, how I can make a compelling case for why I played the best game against one of these two people.
All right, and with that, Matt, it's time for you to cast your vote.
You hug.
Yeah. Like, oh wait, are we doing a side hug?
I'm making the right decision. I think that I am, but you're a fantastic person. This is hopefully Great game.
I will go tally the vote.
Again, it was so fun playing.
Yeah, we had a great time. Yeah.
All right, I have the vote. There's one vote in this urn, one person will be voted out. Once the person is voted out, they'll be asked to join the jury bench immediately. And we'll proceed with final tribal council. I'll read the vote. First vote. 15th player voted out of Survivor, Dunn Meadow. Patty, bring me a torch. Patty, tribe has spoken. Take a seat on the bench.
Green strong.
Killed it.
I'm feeling a weird mix of emotions right now. I'm really sad that I got cut right before Final Tribal. I think I could have made a really good case for my game. Yeah, this game was awesome. I never thought I'd have an opportunity like this. We got here at 7 in the morning and it's 10 o'clock at night, and I don't think I've ever felt more alive in a situation like this. I would have been so tired if I'd been doing something more boring. I'm obviously so sad that I only made top 3, but I think it's really good for my first LRG and my first thing like this ever, so.
You know, I want to talk about how I came in. I knew I was going to be one of the only people who are not a student out here. I'm one of the oldest people out here. I'm going to really make a case about how I was able to make social bonds with people a lot younger than me that have a lot more in common, and still move along in the game with them. I also made, I think, some of the biggest moves in this game. I had 2 votes I flipped towards the beginning of the merge.
Roger. Morgan, swing me a torch.
Another thing I wanted to do coming into this game was kind of surround myself with big threats and then let them be bigger threats to get taken out. So that happened with Seth, it happened with Mason. And that's how I was able to get to the end. So it's going to be some of the highlights, I think. I'll put it in a pretty package with the bow, hopefully, and hopefully it works.
I've kind of played this downplayed game where yeah, I haven't won challenges, but I think I've learned that I can be a lot more sneaky than I make myself out to be. I have facilitated many different blindsides.
Andrew.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
At that one tribal council,
You guys want to make a play? I'm right here.
it's yeah, let's change things up here because it was just such an easy vote, and I don't think I could have been satisfied with myself if that were the case, and I know I needed to do something for my game. I have the worst poker face in the world. I literally wear my emotions on my face, and it's so easy to tell how I'm feeling. So I was I need to actually lie and make it believable, and I think I've succeeded enough in that. I just learned that I can do things more than I think I can. I know I can be very loopy and crazy and all over the place, but I think that I've just learned that maybe people like me more than I thought they do, you know?
Matt, Taylor, you have made it as far in this game as you can. Now, rather than you voting, the choice turns over to the jury. One by one, they will come up, get to give their speech, ask any questions they may have, and then they will make their decision. I'll give you a few moments at the end to give your closing statements, and then they get to vote. With that, Roger, if you do the honors.
All right. Matt, what made you flip on me during my vote?
Honestly, what made me flip on you was I was kind of concerned that those 3 blues might try and do something throughout the game. So I was trying to keep some of those tribe levels even. That's why I was kind of flipping back and forth at the beginning of that merge. So voted out you, then I flipped back and we voted out Morgan. I'll get into more at the end about, why I didn't flip-flop more after that. But I also thought that you were going to be a beast in challenges and that you were going to be a huge threat in the game. That's why I went for you that round.
Taylor, you've been flying under the radar for most of this game, I'd feel. What do you think makes a strong suit for you to be the winner of Survivor, Dawn?
I think that a strong suit for me to be a survivor is, I think that, yes, I've flown under the radar, but I've had a very consistent game that has stayed true to myself the entire time. I, for the most part, have been very loyal to the people that I told I would be loyal to. And I stayed loyal down to Mia till the end. I stayed loyal to her like I told her we would when we were sitting on that hammock at the very beginning. And I feel like I've just played a very consistent social game that has really helped me fly under the radar, because I do tend to be underestimated because I can be very loud and very talkative and very loopy, if you will, just very eccentric. And I think that a lot of people can take me sort of like as this person that, oh, she's like not smart enough to do that because I say weird things or I'm a little goofy. And I think that I use that to my advantage because I can blindside people that way or catch them off guard when they're not expecting it.
Morgan, you're up.
Taylor, word on the street is that you got carried to the end. So I know you've talked about you had a good social game and everything, and that you were able to blindside people, but what moves did you actually make, and what did you orchestrate yourself? What did you start yourself and not just go with the group for?
Yeah, so we were that one tribal council. It was a double one, and we were all just standing there, and I knew it was just a safe vote. Yes, it was the four of us, and we could have easily taken Addie out. That was the goal. But I was just standing there, and no one else was making that move to go, and I just felt like I needed to make that change, and I didn't think anyone else was going to do it. So I moved out, and I was like, hey, I'll work with you. Let's get Mason out. And then, on top of that, I didn't just leave it at that. When we got back to camp, I was telling people that Addie was the one who threw out Mason's name so that I could stay on good terms with the people that I was already working with. So yeah, I was the one who threw out Mason's name. So sorry, Mason. Towards the end, me and Mia were really close, and I was able to stay strong with Matt and keep myself here, and I think overall that helped me.
Matt, what do you think your best move of the game was?
I would say my best move was aligning with Seth, because when I came into this game, I wanted to kind of surround myself with people that were going to be bigger threats than I was, because I thought that I might come in and people might see me as someone who could win challenges and my target be right away. So Seth was a person that I can't tell you how many people told me oh, we've got to get Seth out, he's this huge threat. He was that perfect shield for me. Mason was also a little bit of that shield for me as well. So those were two people that I had worked really closely with that got sniped before me, and I was able to swoop in at the end after that. So I think specifically the Seth relationship was very key to my game.
Thank you.
Jack, you're up. Matt, do you think you can improve your game, and if so, how?
I think I can improve my game?
Yes.
Absolutely. I would say I try to manage my threat level this whole game. I could tell that towards this very end, there was a lot of heat coming to me, and I had to win those immunity challenges. So, I guess you could say that that's not a perfect game if you've got people that are kind of thinking about you towards the end. But I was also pretty confident in my ability to win some of these challenges. I played a few Survivor games, and balance challenges are my thing, and I got a lot of those. I also think just in this game, I would have loved to have, get to know you all even a little bit more. It was so hard in a full day where we're voting every single round. You actually were someone that I really wanted to work with more moving forward. I wanted to flip back on that vote for you, but I was already feeling some heat on me from flipping the votes for Roger and for Morgan, so I had to like take my foot off the gas for that one. So I apologize I didn't get to work with you longer, but yeah, I think there's always ways to improve the game.
Taylor, how do you think you played better than Matt?
How do I think I played better than Matt? I would say socially, I think I played better than Matt. I mean, I really just talked to everyone, and I think that I was convincing enough with my conversations that I was able to stay out of the votes for long enough. I mean, in total in this game, I only had one vote placed against myself, courtesy of Mia. I love you. I'm just messing with you. But I only had one vote placed against me, which I feel like says a lot about my social game and how well I've maintained these relationships with people while also trying to play a game myself.
Mason, you're up.
Taylor. Why, at the final six, did you choose to target me instead of somebody that had already won individual immunity like Matt?
Because I felt at the time that we had very similar games going on, and I just felt like if it were me and you at the end, like we had kind of planned originally, I don't know how well I would be able to pitch myself against you, because strategically, we were kind of playing similar games, I think, socially kind of similar games. Like challenge-wise, kind of the same boat. And it was like, well, it's either gonna be you or me probably at some point. So I was thinking it would be best to get you out then so that it wouldn't be me. And I feel bad about it, I'm sorry.
Matt, you've shown to be a strategic powerhouse as well as a physical powerhouse. What do you think is more important for your game, strategy or physicality?
I would say the strategy, I think, was most important for me. It was definitely a combination. You know, when I would try and orchestrate votes, I did it in a way where I knew that I could come back that next vote and still rely on those people that I flipped on. You know, I did that a few times, and I was able to come back to that last group and say, hey, you know, like, come up with some story of why I voted that way when I was the one driving that, and make people feel like I had just kind of gone along with the ride. And I think that really minimized my threat level. So I would say that was the biggest strategic part of my game. Obviously, the competition part was needed too, but I would put my strategic game even above that.
Thank you.
Seth.
Hey y'all, congratulations on a game really well played. First, I have a really quick question for Matt. I'd like just a yes or no answer. If I had made it to the final 3 and you had won like you did, would you have chosen to take me or would you have chosen to not sit next to me in the finals?
I would not have taken you.
And so my question for both of you, and I'd like you to try to pinpoint a specific moment. I think life is about living and learning and Survivor is about living and learning. So I'd like to know, what do you think was your biggest mistake in this game, and what did you learn from it? Either of you can answer first.
I think my biggest mistake is I tend to trust people too easily, which is one of my biggest downfalls because I always like to see the good in people. So when I first came out here starting Survivor, I really thought we got back to like our tribe and it was like, oh, we're going to vote. And we were Neo still. And I was like, oh gosh, like we actually have to play the game now. And I thought I was in on this vote with everyone. We were gonna go Ryan, thought it was gonna go that way. Like talking to everyone, they convinced me so well of these things that we were going to be doing. And I was like, oh yeah, it's Ryan, it's totally gonna be Ryan. And then we get to the vote and it's like, everyone had voted Lily besides me. And I kind of just had this like, oh crap moment. I was at the bottom and it helped me learn that I can't trust anyone out here. I know people would like to say that maybe I did ride the coattails or that I just got here based on pure luck, but I think that I did work my hardest to get out here and I learned from my mistakes that I made before. I was facilitating a lot of these votes that were going on. I was like, let's do this, and people were going on board with it, and I was kind of like, not saying I was like this dictator or anything like that, like that's a very harsh word, but I would say that I definitely had some leadership that is often mistaken.
I would say my biggest mistake in the game was when Mason went home. Not that there wasn't really much that I could do with that because it just was like a tidal wave that was happening, but I think I didn't set up the pieces well enough with the other people that were still in the game to keep Mason safe with me a little bit longer because I would have liked to carry that relationship moving forward. So I think I should have had a bit more foresight in seeing that could be a potential thing that would happen at that vote. And I hadn't done that, so.
Thank you, and I think you're both winners in my eyes, so.
Yeah. Well,
I can't face you. I'll go to Matt first. So you've gone through a lot of these people saying that you kind of behind the scenes orchestrated a lot of these votes and had a big say. You flipped some, were cutting different alliances off and stuff like that. But in the end, it was only your vote. So just would you be able to talk a little bit more about why you chose Taylor over Addie?
I think that Addie had an amazing story that she was going to be able to tell the jury. She was the last person coming from that swap tribe, and she made it all the way here. Her name had been thrown out here, there, and everywhere, and she was dodging those bullets left and right. It was an explosive story, and I knew that the jury was going to award that. I was afraid of her in the final two, honestly. Yeah.
And then Taylor. So at the end, we did say we were ride or die so many times, and I obviously a huge mistake, flipped on you. But why didn't you want to make a move?
Why didn't I want to make a move
against me? Because you had said earlier that you were willing to lie to other people, so why not me?
Because I told you that I wouldn't. Like, we had that conversation on the hammock, and we were laying there, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm at the bottom here, and you're like, man, I feel like I'm at the bottom here. And I just felt like, I was like, yo, let's do this. Let's like ride or die. And we really like throughout the entire time, we kept that up. And I knew maybe I should have made a move on you. But morally, I wanted to stay loyal to you because that was the more important thing to me than like voting you out. Was staying true to my morals and staying true to my loyalty to you. Even if I knew, I think I said in my confessional, I was like, this might bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna put this in here anyways, ride or die, or something like that. I was thinking, it's okay, it happens. But really coming onto this game, I wanted to stay true to myself. You know, it was really hard for me to come on here and backstab people and lie to them because I hate doing that. Like, it makes me feel like just a terrible person, but I just wanted one thing to stay true, that I was loyal to at least one person. And I stayed loyal to you.
Okay, thank you.
Finally, Addie.
Very well played, both of you guys. A lot of questions have been asked. You guys might have answered this in a weird way or another, but I have the same question. Who was one person you regret voting out? It can be the entire game, not just on the jury. And who was one person you're glad you voted out?
I talked already about, I wanted to go farther with Jack. Morgan is also another person that I would have liked to go further with. You guys seem like great people, and I really wanted to kind of, cultivate that relationship. It was not working with the threat level that I think was starting to rise, and I wasn't going to be able to keep you all. I would have really loved to do that. I think one of the best people that I got to vote out was Mia. I just knew she was going to be a competition threat in that final three. It was another balance challenge, and you have been right there with me on all those balance challenges. You were right there with it in the play stacking, so you might have won that one. So I think that was also a really good end-game move that I made.
If I had to say one person that I was glad I voted out, I genuinely loved you as a person, Mason, but I needed to vote you out to better my game. I just felt like this group we had was so like stagnant, and like I just felt like someone needed to make that push to like really blow up the game and get things rolling. And I think I don't regret making that choice because I think it overall bettered my game in the end. And then one person I regret voting out was probably Jack, because you were just so nice and like you were making your pitch and I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, because I mean, you and Addie were on the bottom, and it was between the two of you, and you just had the better story than Addie at the time, because you're like, you came all the way from Chicago, you got like these like back-to-back like tribal councils, you won the immunity, which I think is what really sold it, and we were like, okay, we need to get Jack out. But you were so nice, and you really, you guys both really had me thinking like, oh, we're doing this, we're changing the game right now, like, and then Matt came over, he's like, yeah, we're not doing that. I was like, okay. But I was like, I do regret putting you out, because you seem so nice. She's a very sweet person.
All right. Each of you, will give you a few moments to give your final speech. Start with Matt.
All right, it was so much fun playing this game with all of you guys. You're all fantastic people. I was so scared coming into this game because I knew I was going to be one of the oldest people out here. I knew it was going to be a bunch of students, and I was so scared that people were just going to like snipe the staff person that was playing with them in the very beginning. And I work with students every single day. I recruit students to IU. I work with current students here. I oversee a student ambassador team. But it's one thing to work with a group of students and then come out here and to just like vibe with you all and like make friends with you guys and, you know, play this social strategic game with you. And I think I did that pretty well. I was the only person in this game whose name was never written down on that parchment, and I think that really speaks to how I managed my threat level through this game. I made the big moves when I needed to, I pulled back when I needed to, and I was always aware of how people felt about me and my game throughout the entire run of this game. I love Survivor. This is the third Survivor game that I've played, so I'm not new to playing these games. This is the best I've ever done, and I've tried to build on what I do each time. And I really feel like this is kind of a synthesis of all I've learned through playing those games. And Survivor is really special to me. I grew up watching Survivor with my dad. He died when I was 12 years old, so every time I'm watching Survivor or playing Survivor, I just have such great memories of him. So to be able to come together and celebrate all of that, this fun show that we all love that brings these people together, the first time at IU has just been an incredible experience that I won't forget. So I thank you all for playing it with me. Taylor.
Yeah. On the contrary, I am a freshman, so I'm new to this big campus here, new to actually like interacting with people outside of like my hometown. I'm in a whole completely new territory here. I never have played a Survivor game before in my life. And I came on here and it was a huge learning experience for me. I made mistakes. I have voted people out. I've lied, backstabbed, done the whole shebang that would be called Survivor. And I would say that for my first time, I think I've competed well for being me, because I tend to really get hard on myself for the things that I do or the things I say to people or the actions I have made. And I can tend to undermine myself and my capabilities. The fact that I even made it here to this chair right here when I thought that I was going to get out maybe first is a huge deal to me. And I think that all things considered, I stayed true to myself. I stayed true to my personality. Like, I was weird and goofy and like out of pocket sometimes. That's who I am, and I haven't changed that. I didn't change anything about myself being on here. All things considered, I've learned that I can do the things that I want to do and that I'm not as incompetent as I sometimes believe myself to be. And I think that I worked hard and played hard, and I played the game that I said I wanted to play. When I filled out that little application thing, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna come out here and I'm gonna play the best freaking social game I can and try and play strategically as well and hope that works well in my favor. I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't play here. Really, I'm just glad that I stayed true to myself, stayed true to my character. I stayed loyal to the people I said I would stay loyal to, and I worked so hard for this, so that's really all I have to say.
All right. The last time, the power now shifts over to the jury. You 7 are going to be in charge of who will win this first season at Survivor IU. We're going to start with Roger. One by one, you'll all go up, cast your vote for who you want to win Survivor Dunn Meadow. Roger, you're up.
can respect the hustle. Don't mean I like it though.
Congratulations to both of you.
Nearly perfect game.
It really was your final tribal that sold me. It was such an honor and a pleasure to get to see you grow and learn in this game. And I am excited for all of the future LRGs that you play because I think you remain an incredible player and I'm proud to cast my vote for you.
You articulated your arguments extremely well and showed me things that I didn't know about, and I just think that you played an overall strong game.
For the last time, I'll go tally the votes. All right. This has truly been a fantastic season. I could not have asked for a better cast. It's just a great group of people, both production and our cast. But for the last time, I will read the votes. You want to see your name in here? If you get 4 votes, you will be declared the winner. First vote, Matt. Second vote, Taylor. The silent assassin. It's 1 vote Taylor, 1 vote Matt. Third vote, Matt. Fourth vote, Matt. That's 3 votes Matt, 1 vote Taylor. Fifth vote, and the winner of Survivor Dunn Woods, Matt. Congratulations.
I'm just I got a vote. No, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was all funny. No, it's okay. I'm so sorry. This is down to like respect. So proud of you.
I'm sorry.
This three could have been solid.
You had it. It's all.
I cannot believe that I won the game. I woke up this morning and thought, what am I even getting myself into? I'm going to be playing with a bunch of college students and they're going to pick me off in the first couple of votes. And here I am. I can't believe it. This was such a fun day. Just getting to play the game that I love with a bunch of other people that feel the same way. You know, when I was a student here, there was no Survivor game to be played. So to get the chance to play that now is so cool. It's something that I would have killed to do as a student here. And I'm really glad that people moving forward can have that opportunity. And I hope this is a game that continues for years to come.
All right, so everybody go! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
I don't know what I'm going to do with this parchment. I'm probably just going to stick it in my pants. I don't even know.
My goal is to be like Sandra her first season, where she does absolutely nothing but wins.
You get a reward. That's harp.
Oh no!
No. Well,
Yo, we're one short.
Let me tell you, you brush out curly hair, and it's either it looks amazing or it looks. I think it turned out all right. I don't know. Maybe everyone can vote.
What moment are you the most proud of out of all of them?
I don't know why I decided to take a bite out of it. Sorry.
It's going in the episode.
It's gonna be in the outtakes.